What's up, world? We're back at it, the Unplanned Podcast. We're right in the thick and thin of it. Welcome to yet another episode of the Unplanned Podcast on your YouTube channel, Monumental. Ensure that you subscribe to this channel and hit the follow button to be a part of the big family. Welcome yet again. Today on the show, I have someone who's a delectable voice, who pretty much owned and held down this city for a long time on the radio. A voice distinct, you could tell from anywhere. Like you're driving, you're in your house, and when she comes on the radio, you just say, "Oh, now she be this." Without a doubt, she's one of the finest that Edo State has ever produced in media and entertainment. I don't know what she's up to nowadays. That's what we'll find out today. I don't know what she they do now, but we'll find out today. I have the delectable Monique D Vibe with me today on the podcast. Momo, how far now?
I'm good. Mo Square actually. What's up, Mo?
I did, man. How you be now?
I'm good. I'm so happy to be here. I've been watching this whole thing. You know,
I've been watching it unfold, so you know what you're in for.
Oh, like hot seat. Let's do this.
Welcome. It's nice to hear from you and to see you after a long time.
Thank you so much.
So let's get right into it. Give us a brief detail of your journey into the media and entertainment industry. How did it all happen for you? Is it something that you have always nurtured and said, look, Monique would do this, or you just found yourself doing it?
Okay, so it all started in secondary school. I've always loved the stage. Like me and the stage were 5 and 6. So it started, the first radio I got on was my secondary school, SS2 Infinity Radio. Shout out to UPSS people. Yeah, they did a great job for me. So they nurtured me into this whole radio thing. And back in school, SS1, we used to go to EBS to go cast the news on Children's Day. So SS1, I was already reading news on EBS, May 27th, and so that's just how I started. At the end of, when I got done with secondary school, I started the red carpet thing. So I was already making stipends, little amounts of money, to just help myself. So I've been on the street, I've always,
you've been grinding.
Exactly.
You've been grinding
to just do my thing. So, in my 200 level, I started with TV programs, with the USI thing, recorded program. And then I heard about, Silverbird talking about the auditions and everything. I said, I beg you. By that time, we follow, when you get boyfriend, you follow boyfriend, waka. You understand? So I was like, okay, you know what? I don't go for the audition. Let me just travel with my guy. So 2 weeks after the audition, I got back and I called the friend of mine who called me like, look, is the audition still on? Like, no, they're done. I'm like, well, even if they're done, I know that if I go there and speak to this person, I believe that they'll just love me because I started in school, So I spoke to late Cleopatra Tower, the woman who made me, nurtured me. God bless her soul. She's dead now, So 2 weeks after I got to Silverbird, I saw her, I spoke to her, and I was like, I've been listening to you. I love you so much. I love how you do it, and I can do this. And she heard my voice. She was like, okay. The producer then, Wale P, shout out to you. And he's still on doing his thing. And Wale was like, let's give it a try. I went into the booth, recorded, to steal the news, and they were like, wow, she's so good, and that was how it started. We did 6 months training, internship. JJ the Mechadon came through, trained me on Omeo Yaide and a couple of other great hands, so they nurtured us into this. So I would say I was trained by the best of the best, and yeah, that was how it was.
I like the sound of that. And you know what they say about, you can be friends and yet you'd have back and forth.
Yeah.
Right, regardless of the situation. And it's good to know that you gave props to Cleo, because she was the voice of this city for a long time. That time if we heard Cleo voice with the happy, some of us they almost reach orgasm. When they listen to Cleo that time, God rest her soul. Yeah. But you did have a back and forth with her while you were there.
Yeah.
Tell us about all of that and how it played out.
Well, I'm glad to talk about this because I don't know where to start from. It was so bad.
There were people who said that you wanted to just take a place. You were looking at a sport so bad that you forgot that this is the person who mentored you, who trained you. You just wanted that sport and you were willing to do anything to get a sport from her.
Well, that's not true actually, because the thing is, you can never be greater than your master. Do you get? No matter how, it's just like EME, Banky W and this guy, Whiskey always did the ballet for Banky. You get? So, Cleo nurtured me, and I was looking at being like her, not wanting to be her. Is a difference. There's a difference. She trained you, and you're seeing this person like, oh, she's like an idol. I love this lady so much. She was the one who made me go for it. Like, I know I can do this. You get? But I don't know, because I heard back then that she was having personal issues with personal life. You get? So it kind of affected her work and the people around her. So I heard about insecurity. She had a lot of insecurities. And now the person she nurtured, who is now like, almost becoming like her, she started feeling
like
insecure.
becoming a wave.
Exactly. You get me? But what did you expect? I mean, someone trained you. You are so to become like you. So I just think those insecurities back
That's
then,
where it started.
yeah, that's how it started. I remember back then, like, you're talking on radio, and the next thing, once you turn off the mic, she comes screaming at you, and I start crying like a baby. Once you turn on that mic, you're somebody else. You're talking, and people think like, oh, you're so good, but behind that mic, you're dying. You get me? Yeah. So, but I didn't understand. I'm very spiritual. I didn't understand what God was actually doing, because God can use anybody to take you to the next level. That's what I know. So, when I left, I did 4 years with them in Silverbird, from 2008 to 2012. Later on, I started understanding when I grew mature, I understood that this lady was only trying to help me, but she did it in the way she understood, her level of understanding. So I remember always telling her that I love you so much, I want to be like you, but she used to tell me, don't worry, you get to see the real me. I used to remember those words a lot, but I didn't understand what she meant. Mine was, I just want to be close to you because you're so good. I want to be like you, but everybody has issues. Everybody's fighting a battle. So I didn't know she had her own battles.
So where do you think the rumor of you wanting to take her sport emanated from? Because it was loud in this city.
Loud.
Yes, it was everywhere that Monique done the fight our gal because
Yeah.
they our gas sport. You won't take her. So where do you think all of that came
Honestly, I don't know. Those in the field who are playing the football, playing football, you don't see what's outside. People who are the one, those watching on TV, now they play football pass.
Not be lie.
You
I
understand?
say pass on like this.
Exactly.
Why play that pass?
Do you get? So I'm inside the field. I don't know what's happening outside. I only hear what they say. But I know I know the battle's going on inside. So what they see outside is totally different from what is happening inside. You get me? So you might hear that, oh, she is so good. She's trying to be like her. But nobody knew what's going on inside. And I'm like, why should I? Nah, I will never. I mean, never.
So you were never really after that.
Nah, man. I'm not about positions. I just feel everybody has their role in life. There's a reason why you're here. There's a reason why I'm here.
Absolutely.
So I should not be like you. Instead, I should just focus on my own purpose. Do you get? But there are people God will bring to you to channel you through. And she was one of them. But I would just say she didn't understand it to be that way. I didn't understand it that way. But all I knew was, I want to be like you. I just want you to like me. I did all I could for her to just like me, but it
didn't work out.
We're not on the same level. Yeah, it didn't work out. But after I left, years later, I was looking for her just to say thank you, because I heard she left town and all that stuff, to go back to you to start doing her radio thingy. So I was looking for her, and I kept asking questions from people like, have you seen Cleo? Because I later understood, because I now had people under me. So I was like, wow. Though I didn't treat them the same way. You get me? But I understood why she was doing what she was doing. So I started looking for her to just say thank you. Because I never had the opportunity to say thank you because of the way I left, but
you couldn't reach out until she passed.
And heard Andy Bello called me and said, I was driving that day, and Andy called me and said, she's dead. I just parked and started crying like a baby. Down, I cried like a baby. So till date, I keep telling people, look, this person you're with may be the last time you see the person. Please just give them their flowers. Give them their accolades at that minute, because that may just be the last time. So that's one thing I actually regret, never telling her, okay, thank you for this thing you did for me. Till date, I regret it. I just wish I had the opportunity. Though God saw my heart, I was looking for her to tell her, but it was late.
All right, then. You also did speak on something during this contribution of yours on the show. You spoke about the fact that the media personalities or on-air personalities that are on radio or TV or wherever, they go through a lot, but then they'll put up a front when they are on the radio. Challenges that people do not know that these guys go through,
Yeah.
that we go through, because I know, being there as well. Maybe it's high time to tell the world that, we are humans as well, and we go through all of these struggles and all of the challenges. Sometimes people hear, as soon as you come back on the radio, you're alive, you're happy, you're excited, but as soon as you turn down the mic, you're crying. Sometimes you are depressed and all of that. So maybe it's high time you just educate the people just briefly on how these challenges affect the minds and the mental health of on-air personalities.
Okay, so there's one thing I want to say. I want you guys to watch out for those happy presenters on radio, radio, TV. Watch out for these people, because those ones you think happen to be so happy, so they have the vibe and all that stuff. They're the ones who are dying inside.
Wow.
Because I was one of them. Like, I was dying, like literally dying. I was depressed. It was so bad, but radio was therapeutic. So I think that's what God used in saving me, because it's like you're not sharing your story right now on radio, but you're giving an instance, making people think that, this is what a friend of yours went through.
And are you?
So most of these people talking on radio, most of these presenters talking on radio, we're talking about our stories, but we will not say it's us. Do you get?
So you say a friend told me that, but you're talking about yourself
about you. I'm
and
just
your
giving
experience.
you right now, man. We weren't listening. We're dying inside. So there's this thing called the alter ego. When you come on radio, there's this energy that just comes on you.
So like it's important to let the people know, right, how media personalities manage their stress and how they try as much as possible to control their mental health and just endure all of the bullshit that they go through. Cause you always hear us happy on the radio, and then as soon as you turn down the mic, when the music is playing, you are just depressed and you're thinking about some other things, and as soon as you turn it back on, you're alive. So maybe it's high time we explained or showed the world the sort of things that we go through and how our mental health is always affected.
Okay, so there's something I would say. If I have to be real with you guys, you see those presenters and TV presenter, radio presenters that you hear looking, sounding so happy. They've got the vibe and the energy. Listen, watch out for those people a lot, because those people might just be going through what they call high rate of depression. Yeah. Now them, now person when they die inside, they smell past. Seriously speaking. So most of these presenters are going through hell behind the mask. There's a lot of masking. So it's just like when you said, when you turn on the mic, before you know it, there's this thing called alter ego. Yeah, you love what you do. You want to make the next person happy listening to you and all that, so that energy comes in. But once you turn it off, you're down. So for some persons, radio is therapeutic for them. I'm talking from my experience. I was dying. I was going through a lot of stuff. In fact, a couple of years I was going through a couple of things, mentally and all that, but radio became therapeutic for me. That I was looking forward to just come on radio and just talk, because most of us, we share as like, it's just like you're sharing another person's story that, this is what this person went through. No, you're talking about
your
yourself.
own story. Now you talk about
exactly,
like that.
You're talking about yourself, but you're like, this is what my friend went. It's you, man. Okay, so next time when you hear a presenter say this is what somebody went through, listen, not them. Send a message and say, how are you, my friend? I just heard that stuff you shared, but yeah, that's the thing, most of these people are going through hell. It could be that the environment, their working space isn't conducive enough for them, just like it was during my time, everybody's fighting a battle one way or the other. So depression is actually real. And that's why I keep saying, when it comes to a proper media house, the HR is supposed to be there to care for the people. What is the job of the HR? So if you have an HR that is really, really caring to the point that they're concerned about your mental health, I keep saying
and
this.
You can even like share things with them and everything.
Your HR shouldn't be your problem. You understand? They should be safe with you, because that's the reason. If you know your role as an HR, you should be able to help these presenters. I keep saying that media managers should take their presenters on. They should go on what they call excursion, or is it
trips?
Partying,
basically, just go on trips, vacations, and all that.
Do you get?
Yeah.
It's not gonna take much. Weekends, just hang out together. It helps to clear the mind, because these people, you see a lot of things happening in Nigeria. You know the truth, but because you are behind the mic and because of some people, will I call it some organizations that will say, don't say it like this because you're on air. You're mentally, it's terrible for you rather, so you can't come out and say it as it is. You have to say, You are saying
just look for a way around it.
around it, but
Because you
you're dying
cannot actually
inside.
like say it the way it ought
Because
to be.
I hear you, in the morning show when you do your stuff a lot. I'm like, oh, more fame, one talk, come and see people.
But
His mouth is hell.
they don't hold the truth.
You understand?
They don't hold the truth.
So why is he called? Why are we now called like the voice of the people, the intermediaries? Because we're supposed to be the voice of the people. So in a situation whereby in media we can't really do, the job the way we're supposed to do while we're on radio.
And it fucks with one's mental health.
That's one of the reasons I back
Like,
up
especially when you know the truth but you cannot say it.
Exactly.
I totally agree with you.
That's
on
the
that.
thing. We're going through a lot, not just personal life. We're going through a lot when it comes to the workspace. The environment. Is Nigeria is not. They won't allow you to say it as it is. So Mel just the drama, just the end our money.
Now, so it just be
That's what it just
basically.
gonna be. But my question is, how comfortable are you in your comfort zone? Because right now, your role as the voice of the people, you can't do it no more. So you're just chilling. You're dying, man. You're freaking dying every day. So why don't you just stop the show and just go do your own podcast or go on YouTube the way you're doing right now and just speak the truth? Not small.
Absolutely.
But the thing is, create an avenue for yourself to speak the truth so you can leave. That is, if you're really passionate about radio, create an avenue where, I keep telling people that salary na trap. It stops you from your dreams, But the thing is, look, if you know that you are on radio or TV, you're in the media space for the truth, you're passionate about what you do, listen, I'm talking to you right there listening, move along, go start up your own podcast, get a side hustle as well, if you're really passionate about this, then be able to speak the truth. And trust me, you'd see what happens on the long run. You see what happens. You'll be able to breathe. And then before you know, you're making little tiny money. You can never tell. But the most important thing is you are living for the cause, purpose, truth.
Great.
If not, you go there, just the support and the carry money. You'll tire. And you will not see what you do with the money.
Oh yeah.
So
Basically. The city is not devoid of troubles.
Yeah.
Especially within the media sphere.
Yeah.
You've had your own fair share of challenges. You've had your own fair share of, maybe I should call it beef.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, let's use the word beef.
Let's use the word beef. At a point, I think you and Shocker were in that cool.
Okay.
Right? Was there ever that point that you and Shocker were in cool?
That one. I've always been cool with Shocker. Like, I've known Shocker since my secondary school days. So I don't.
There wasn't a point where there was like a back and forth and everything
never.
else.
Myself and Shocker never had a back.
Okay, great. But I do know that the industry is not devoid of that.
Yeah.
When you are there, you just and sometimes you just try as much as possible to smile when you're with these people. Do you think that the love in the media space in Benin as it is now, and the media space in general, do you think the love is genuine amongst media personalities? We gather and we drink and we play and you're in a WhatsApp group and everything is going on well. But do you think it's genuine?
Even the way they ask the question, say the truth in your mouth. It's all a facade, man. It's all a facade, just the way we mask on radio, that's how we match with each other. Unfortunately. I'm this kind of person. I choose to be a one-man squad. Yeah, if you are not ready to ride or die with me, and we call ourselves people in the media space, we should be known for truth. Why should I hang around with you? So I rather be by myself, because I've come to understand that in Benin City, to be precise, there's nothing called love. Let me be real with you. I have to be real. Listen, that next person sitting next to you that's in the media space, you think they like you? They don't freaking like you. If you can sit down and somebody else can come feel comfortable to tell you about your own friend, the question is, why do they feel comfortable telling you?
Absolutely.
You are my friend. Why do they feel comfortable telling you if you are not doing the same thing? So I keep telling people that, listen, if you sit with someone and they talk about somebody else, I promise you, those same people will sit and talk about you. You get me? So there is no love. I don't know why. I don't know why we're beefing each other in this town. Because I'm like, rich. There are lots of people in Lagos, Abuja, they're making money. They hang out together. But in this place, we not even they make money like that. Not be say money.
It's not really today.
You understand? So what are we beefing for? Is it that is it position? Is it I still ask myself a question, what are we beefing for in this town when it comes to presenters? There's too much beef. Unnecessary beef. I just wish that this, people can just sit down one-on-one in the WhatsApp group and say, still waiting this person talk about you.
Yeah.
Tell me to my face. Let's
Yeah.
trash it out.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm sorry I did this. I'm sorry I said this. We move along. But it's just that we don't like ourselves in this town. It's just like artists too. They did backstab for this town. I don't know. Well, I don't know it in this town, but the way we backstab ourselves, it's too much. It's damn too much for no freaking reason. Because I'm still saying for no freaking reason, because I've heard that a lot of people beef me. My question is, why are you beefing? Can you just tell me the reason why? Am I too good for you? Do you understand me?
So I think it would be a good time to talk about your stint at Vibes FM.
Okay.
You moved from Silverbird
Yeah.
to Vibes. You attained the highest position that's in broadcasting. Really, you were the GM or the station manager or the business manager, as it's called in other places. The streets say that as soon as you attain that position, you switched up on a lot of people.
Okay.
Right? Like you stopped fucking with a lot of people. Your attitude changed towards people. You became a madam. Right? You started to act like a madam, like say, before you see me, you gotta see this person before you see me, sort of thing. And even with the people that were under you, that you were leading, they weren't so pleased with how you carried yourself and your actions, and that played a part in your exit from Vibes. Maybe now is a good time to clarify and tell us why you exited Vibes, because the word on the street is that you are totally responsible for how you left the station, because your attitude, your character, even towards your financial dealings was questionable and all of that. We've heard a lot. So how did it all go? How did it all play out? Were you cool with your colleagues there? Did they respect you as a station manager that you are, and all of that?
Okay, so if I have to be real, will I say that contributed to me living? I would, for the character angle, I would say no. I would say no. It was a management thing. You know where people are playing politics on your head. This person is APC, the other person is PDP, talking about the heads and everything. So you're asking yourself who, and you have board of directors. You understand? So you're asking yourself, who should I follow now? So there was a clash between the board of directors and the one that put you there, the one that liked you, that put you there, that knows that this is what you're worth. It's like when some people are against someone, you have no reason. Then it's a boomerang.
So you're saying it's from the top?
It's from actually the top, not the character. Character had nothing to do with me leaving that place. No.
But did you exhibit these traits though? These character traits?
I'm heading there. So when you're attaining a position in life, the people around you who happen to be your friends, if they respect you, they should respect your boundaries, right? Good. Now, we're all hanging out now. We're friends, doing our stuff, So go.
I mean, you can curse. What the fuck?
Oh, thank you. Doing our shit and all that, So now I'm getting to another level. I did not stumble on that position. I earned that position. They saw, because they actually did 3 months trial for every head of department, and they realized, in fact, they didn't even allow me finish my 3 months trial. They automatically made me the GM because they saw the work, they saw what I was doing. Now, for some people who expect that, we're going to be friends, in a situation whereby your friends will not respect your boundaries, when you know that you have more responsibilities have been given to you, and they are still expecting that the way we they play 10 when we small, now the same way we're going to play and when we did maybe SS3, and you know that responsibilities are on your hands, you need to deliver, what would you do? So a lot of people expected that, okay, Monique will be like, she still be our guy. I'm your guy, but I beg, meant, respect the boundaries. There are things to be done. If you will do what you're supposed to do in your position, then I will be friends with you. But in a situation whereby you want us to just play and play, I don't do that shit. You understand? A lot of people who have worked with me will know that I play hard, I work hard. When it comes to play, I play to the extreme. When it comes to work, I'm fucking into the work. So that's why I would say maybe these people who called themselves, in quote, my friends, did not understand me properly to the level that, look, when it comes to work, there is a damn boundary. Let's get the work done. So I saw a lot of cases whereby the work was suffering, and I cannot do all this by myself. So in a situation where you call your people and say, okay, you know what, let's do this together, work as a team. but they're willing to do it at their own time because, oh, not be Monique. Now, my friend, now that year, disrespect comes in. So, what do you expect? You need to, take the bull by the horn and become hard on these people.
So
sometimes.
in essence, you're saying that you weren't getting the respect that you thought you deserved from not just your friends,
I won't call it respect. I won't call it respect.
What would you call it?
I wasn't getting results from the work assigned to people who call themselves.
But that would be as a result of the fact that they probably do not respect the position.
Exactly. They didn't respect the position. That's another thing that people need to understand. Even if you and your friends were classmates in primary school, now your friend is the president. You are a church, maybe no, not even church leader. Let me just say you are just a staff in an office. Well, now level don't change. You guys are friends, but guess what? Please respect authority. Respect, even if you don't want to respect the person, respect positions. And that's one thing people need to learn. Yes, he's my friend, though, but guess what? Buhari is your friend. You are in the same class, but you're not if you just go meet Buhari like that. So why don't you respect the position of that person? And when that person sees that, oh, this person, they respect my position, you understand? Then I feel there's a way you not come down to the person level and say, let's more talk, because respect is earned. Don't say because say now my friend. Hey, I feel go meet Buhari now. Just like, okay, I was the GM and you are my friend. Okay, you can just bypass the secretary, enter my office. Like, the worker, there's a due process to life. So the higher you go, the fewer your friends become. So I would say I was on the right track, but unfortunately, I got to know my friends when I got to the top. That's it. Because that's how you get to know the ones who would respect your boundaries. That's all. Respect my boundary. I respect your boundary. We'll still be friends. That's all. Because you will get to that position. And another person will do unto you. Then you will understand better.
So what do you have to say about the accusations of financial impropriety on your part?
So for that part, actually, this is the first time I'm going to say it. Vibes of him weren't being paid.
Wow.
Yes, it was so bad to the point that I'll say it as it is, since we want to hear truth.
Yeah.
There's sometimes I had to bring my own gen from my house for a long time. For a long time. Since it's time for truth, let's say it as it is. I've never said this before, but it's better I say it as it is now. I had to bring my gen for the office to be using. And as the GM, you can't afford that your station does not,
you would do anything to keep it on air.
I leave my house with what? No light. I didn't care. I took the station as my own thing. And my gen is running for a long time. And then you don't pay staff. We're making money. Yes, we took a loan and all that shit that period. You're not paying staff. Sometimes I had to use the car that they gave me in the office to go pick people. Tell the driver, use the car that I'm putting fuel and go pick these people from the office. So there's a lot of things happening that I'm like, this is too much on me. Is it that they're playing politics on my head? Because say this one, no, they agree. This other board of director, no, they agree. They know what I'm saying. I'm not here to hide anything. You understand? So for that angle, there was a time that we made money. Christmas period, they weren't paid. New Year period, they weren't paid. And we're all in that place. Everybody would point fingers at the GM. So I remember the period when we made money. I remember talking to the owner, and after they paid the loan, part of it, because it was like monthly or anytime money comes in, they take some of it to pay for the loan and all that. I closed my eyes. I said, you know what? This is getting too much. If it means that this thing will cost me my job, let me do it. I paid the entire staff.
Oh, wow.
So that was what. So when I paid the entire staff, and then I was called, I had to make them, because I can't keep going back to you and telling you, this is what is happening, this is what is happening, this is what is happening. You have made me the GM. I should do my job. So if you put me there as a figurehead, I will understand. But you expect me to do my job. And my people are crying. They are not doing their job. They can't even come to the office. I have to use the car to go pick them up. I have to bring my jet. It doesn't make sense. So I closed my eyes one day. I said, look, if this will cost me my damn job, you know what? Let me do that shit.
And that's exactly what you did.
And that's exactly what happened. Immediately I did it, I was called that, they took the token. And office politics, when you have some people who, what actually happened was, when I was given the position, I did not want the position. And the first question I asked my boss was, when is it going to be over? Because I don't want this. The other person who wanted it, who became the deputy, and then when I left, she became the general manager, who's presently the general manager now. She wanted it so bad that everybody knew it. She never hid it. So I'm this kind of person that I don't give a shit about positions. I'm just about my purpose. You get. But if you are there to fight for positions, I'll leave it for you. Yeah. You get me? So that was what actually transpired. So right from when I became the general manager, I was not safe.
Wow.
Right from when the title was given to me, I wasn't safe because everybody knew that this other lady wanted a position. So it was.
Do you think she played a part
Yes, she did.
in all
Actually,
of the
she did.
politics?
I'm here to say it as it is. She did. She can. I mean, she's right. I'm here and I'm saying it to her face. She actually did, because I heard the story that each time we had a meeting, she always went back. I want them to play it for her. She always went back to one of the board of directors that she was in line with, to tell them this is what. So before I send my minutes, the man got the information.
Wow.
So it's, in fact, so when I hear these things like, oh, this is one of the reasons she left, I'm like, people don't know the truth, but a day is coming when they'll hear the truth. So I can walk freely on the road. I can see that person still say hi to you. You may not want to say hi to me because of your guilty conscience, but I can see you and jump on you and say hi. That's me. Because you know what? This chick has got nothing to hide. Nah, I said as it is. I'm as plain as ever. If you're nice to me, I'll be nice to you. The energy you bring is the energy you freaking get. So that's life, basically.
So apart from the current GM who you say played a part in your exit from the station, the other people currently there, these same people where you go above heads to pay their salaries because they weren't paid for months, like you said. How well do you think they received you during your stint as the general manager? Do you think, even upon all of the sacrifices that you have said you made, do you think they respected that position, or or a bulk of them also just felt like she don't even deserve one, why she did there?
Okay, well, like keep saying this, we all mask. We're all masking. The ones who smile at you are the ones who, will say shit behind your back, so you can never tell who likes you. You can never tell. So that's why I said it's when you get to a certain position in life, you get to know your friends. So the higher you go, the fewer friends you get. So the people I thought in quote were my friends, when I got to another level of my life, I realized that I was alone. Do you get? So I will not, because from what I saw then, yes, they liked it, we're friends, until I realized that you're not doing what you're supposed to do, and I need results, because at the end of the day, you're the one that will blame if the results are not delivered. So, but your friends want to act like friends in this position. Hello, we got to work. You get? So I would say it was all pretense. There was never friendship, and that's what we all do in Benin City. It's all fucking pretense. We pretend to each other. That's the masking thing we're saying. It's just like Jonathan back when he was there. Right now when he left, they were like, oh wow, we now we know. It's always like that. Do you get? So
do you think they have that oh wow now we know effect since you left there? Do you think?
I don't know. I never found out. I don't know. I don't know. Though I've been there severally, because I still do business.
Of course.
Because if I have anybody in my heart, I won't. I mean, if you make me angry and I know that you got what I need for the next level, I'll approach you. That's the kind of spirit I have. Well, not everybody can do this. And I mean, I always still, even until like last 2 weeks, I still do business with these people. That means I don't have anything against you. But if they do, I don't know. Because you know why? I don't disturb myself with what people think. And that's what has helped me all these years in my career. Don't ever be bothered about what people think, because you know what? You can't control what people do. You can't control how they think, but you can control your side. So I think that's why I'm still where I am today, because I can't control your actions towards me. It's not my fault that you hate me the way you do. Why do you hate me? If you can't come tell me to my face, then fuck you. That's it.
So now let's talk about the fact that the media industry is so crazy now that fans are now on the radio, right?
Yeah.
Fans are now on the radio. What do you think is the cause? It's so saturated now.
Yeah.
You listen to the radio sometimes and you just put your hand on your head and be like, oh my God, these people.
Yeah.
And we've always had this conversation I've had this conversation with people who say, oh, is the station, they don't want to pay salaries, so they would look for anybody that can fill up spots just so they can talk. They'll say they are doing you a favor, they're giving you a platform, so you guys do regardless. What do you think is the reason why? First, do you think that broadcasting, on-air personalities, the do you think the rate or the ratio of the very good ones to the very poor ones in terms of ability, do you think it's on the decline? If yes, what is the reason? Why do we have half-baked people doing radio now as we know it? What do you think is the reason?
Okay. Like what you said, we have a lot of kids now on radio. Honestly, I can't remember last time I listened to radio, because it's like they just took someone from university, not even university, secondary school, the class, and just say, yeah, go talk. Like you have a lot of children just saying, unintelligent conversation, having unintelligent conversation. I would, who's to blame now? The management, the media heads.
Why? How?
Because these days we have media houses employing people who do not have an idea of what the media business is about. Because I believe that if you know what the media business is about, you would not put just anybody there. See, I keep telling people, you can talk, no means say if you communicate. These are two different things you get. So, but in a situation whereby you have the GM of a station not understanding these things, not even having a background or just an idea about radio, and then you just bring people who have good voice. It's much more than that. It's not just about good voice. It's fun. Like I said, you can talk, does not mean you can communicate. Our business, we're in the business of communicating, not just talking. Everybody can talk. So the heads are the problems, because these days they don't do trainings for people. Like I said, I'll go back to it. I was trained by the best of the best. I went through a 6 months training. I was working morning till night. I was doing before 6:30. I'm at the office, and then I'm working to 2 p.m. I go to school from 2 to 6. From 7 p.m. I'm going back to the radio station to shut down by 12. It was a roller coaster for me, and this was 6 months training. I did this for like 6 straight months. I was dying before I started being paid 30K in 2009. So people are not being trained anymore. Media heads just say, okay, you have a fine voice, and then they dump you on radio. They don't let you know the radio ethics, what you need to know. They don't train you. People need to go through training. Presenters need to go through training. So I would say the media heads, the managers are the problem. They don't have an idea. And those who even have the idea, their own is, I beg, make decision, just they run, just bring money. No, it shouldn't just be money. Because if people don't see the reason why they should bring money to your station by listening to great presenters. Now, people don't listen to the radio station. They are listening to the personality. People come to you because they tune to the radio station because they're they're connected to that personality they listen to. So personalities, presenters, work on themselves. You have to train your presenters, put money on them, so that people can come to you, and then you get your money back through your adverts. Because I just like that person.
But if you know these things as they are, and you have just spoken, a great fact there. But if you know these things as they are, during your stint as a GM of Vibes, did you or did you not have baked people on the radio? Did you or did you not have people who shouldn't have been on the radio there? And what did you do about it at the time?
My happiness, and that's why I love one thing there's this thing about myself. You have to go through the training. I didn't have big people. The big people we had were behind the scene. They were just like, would I call them co-hosts? We had main hosts who were so good at what they did, and then those behind the scene just once in a while you get talk. Yes, I had to make sure that people sit down to learn, to do their time. You learn by observation. You don't just get someone and dump on radio. It's wrong. Let them come through, watch you do your thing continuously, and then in no time they get to join you. I can call names of people that I have trained that are doing well right now as I speak. They're doing damn well. So I didn't have big people. Nah, I can hit my chest again and again. I can call the names of people we have back on radio. They were never half-baked. They were so good at what they did. That's why that period Vibes actually took over. Because it was immediately, when I left Silverbird, I heard a couple of things, and later on in the year I heard that I think they shut down for a year later, but everybody was tuned to Vibes because we didn't just have anybody. We had intelligent minds, youngsters, but intelligent conversations. So that's it.
Why did TJ, God rest his soul, why did TJ leave?
That's still the management thing I'm talking about.
Same politics.
Because of the politics. They did it to myself. They did it to Ilemi Okuka. She's watching, if she can watch this right now on Facebook. And when it happened to me, she was like, she called me and said, they still did it to you. So I just laugh. I'm like, oh, so is this what they do? If they're not comfortable with you, maybe you're not.
And there was a certain Larry who held the position for a bit. Were you ever cool with this Larry?
Right from when they brought Larry, I was. I love. I'm a very welcoming person. I observe people a lot. So for Larry, I liked him at the first time because I felt, oh, you don't go abroad. They say don't go abroad now. So
which one be you say?
They say
you don't go abroad. Which one?
I don't know.
So you don't believe say you don't go abroad?
I wasn't even bothered about it. So I didn't think about it. But mine was, as long as they said you're going to be our GM, I was ready to work. But when I saw some other things that were not radio worthy, it was a problem. There was a time that he came on radio drunk. He says fuck shit and all that. I had to turn off the mic because you know what? I was the damn person who was the host. And that night, I can't forget that shit. That night he came from, I don't know if it's a party or something. He came to join us on the house party. And this nigga just went, yo, fuck, hey! I had to turn off the mic.
But Larry don't like you.
He didn't like me because, when you're good at what you do, people will beef you.
But you see, he would say that it's not like he said it directly to me, but what on the street said, he would always just say, Monique is a snitch. Monique would go around talking about other people to other people and all of that, trying to break me, trying to get me out of here and do all sorts. No. Did that ever happen?
Never. The thing he's talking about is that they're talking about your bad attitude towards the work. Yeah, what's snitching actually? A snitch only knows a snitch because you're a snitch.
Wow.
You understand? So I'm sorry. So if you're saying somebody's a snitch, check yourself first. How did I know this person if I'm not a snitch? You get me? So the thing is, I only complained about, because I was the head of programs before, since he was the general manager. I showed him around. These are the people with this. I was trying to, help. But when I started seeing some other things, I'm like, yo, man, there is a problem. And like I still say, the politics thing, when you have board of directors who are not in sync with themselves, this one will go and meet this one, the other one will go and meet this one. They go clash now. You get me? So that was just what was happening. It was obvious. It was everywhere. Look, Larry, shout out to Larry wherever he is, but yo, that guy was a handful. That guy was a handful, damn it. I don't know what happened to you, man, but you know what you did. So let's not go about the snitching shit, man. Come on. You know what? If I can see you right now, one-on-one, Larry, I'll tell you I loved you, but you were fucked up. He was fucked up, man. I don't know. Seriously, I don't know.
There's no way we can get on with this conversation without talking about your second spell at Silverbird's Rhythm. Okay. We would have to just touch it. Okay. Because people would say, oh, Mo, why you ask about the second spell and everything that happened? You had a great run. With the first spell. And then you went to Vibes from there, and then you got after Vibes. I started my personal. You stayed off the radio.
That was the very first time I stayed off radio for like how many years?
For some years, and then as soon as Rhythm returned, you returned with the Rhythm, and then not long after, you left. And by the way, there are people who have just told me that as soon as you left Rhythm, you started running errands for what's her name? For Kinebo Dari. We'll get to that shortly. I was somewhere where they called you an errand girl. Are you yes, wow. Yes. Even though it's multi, I've called the person name.
Oh shit, let's call names.
But no, the person will come here. Now when you go come here, if you sit down for this place, oh my now God. I go tell her, I'm saying, hey,
errand girl.
But we'll get to that shortly.
Okay.
But tell us about your spell. At your second stint.
Okay.
At the Rhythm, and just give us a brief update on what's transpired.
Okay. So what actually happened? Yeah, I was called. Shout out to Andy Bello. He had been a great hand in my career, all my life. So he actually called me. I think 2 months thereabout before we started. He told me about it and said he'd want me to come back to Silverbird, and I'm like, hell no. Hell freaking no, because there's a particular woman right there that I don't want to. I can fucking call her name right now. I don't give a shit though.
Please do.
Oh my God, I hate you. I'm sorry, I love you. You were a fucking problem, man. So I said as it is. Unfortunately, I'm too blunt to fault. I told him, I said, as long as that lady's not going to be there, I'll come back. And we talked about it. I don't want to go into that too much, but I trust my boss here, and we went. Silverbird came back. Boom, you came in. Now all of us, and
Yeah.
it was a fire, and then a lot of things started happening again. Of course, the lady, of course, as long as she's there, things will still happen. You understand, sir?
Was she a problem in your first spell?
Yes, she was one of the problems. She was one of the problems back then. Even if she wasn't like a figurehead then, and that was the reason I told him categorically, and he can testify to this. I do not want to come back because of that lady, But I don't want to go into that, because people change. I will not judge you based on your past. Maybe if I see you now, maybe you're different. So it's the energy you bring, I give back to you. But what we experienced back then, it wasn't good. You're supposed to be the HR, and I don't know why all HR, female HR, are wicked, man. Everywhere. Why are all HR wicked? So because HR is supposed to be the solution. You shouldn't be the problem. If people are going through a lot of problems, just like people are going through, I think you should be the one to help out. But you became the problem. You became the damn problem. Why? And I remember before leaving, I spoke to her. I had to tell her my mind. You are supposed to be a solution. Why are you on that chair? Why are you called the HR? What is your role? People are suffering. The presenters, it's like you train presenters, you bring interns, we train them for 2-3 months. At the end of the day, you let them go. And we are made to do, we are made to do the job of training again and again, affecting the job and your mental health. Come on. I remember telling her, why don't you just get someone that can let's have them, train them, and then start paying them. Even if it's stipends you're giving them, start paying them. Don't just use people. Because this thing, we've given them the best of training. They will take it and go to another station that will pay them good. And then we're made to suffer.
And then start retraining.
Start again. So it was like that. It was a continuous thing. It was part of the things that made me go cycle. Like, it's affecting me. I had a lot of job to do, and we're made to bring these people, train and I've all got waiting, employ and just let's have peace, but right here.
Okay, and so then you left and you started running errands for Okinebo Dari.
Man, did I see? Okay, if I run errands for you, Mama, I'm so grateful. Okinebo, please put this right here. If I ever did errands for you, I'll be honored. I would love to do errands for you, seriously. I would love to, if that's the case, though I'm too busy for that. They know me, Uki, and every other person knows that I'm damn too busy for that, But I'd like to do that because do you know what it means to run errands for Buhari? Yeah, you get. So everybody, there's a step, it's a process. Before you become big, you go don't serve. Before you become a leader, you need to serve. Jesus Christ is a server. He was a server. Before you lead, you must serve. You must know how to serve for you to lead. So whoever is saying errand, I don't know. It never happened. Maybe it's because they saw me around her, around them. Oh my God.
What was your relationship with the Edo jobs and all of that? What was your relationship like with them?
Okay, good.
Or still is with them?
Okay, when you're so good at what you do, people will patronize you. You get. So I did a lot. I did a couple of stuff. I was always called for to MC their event. Some of their events. I remember the biggest mega concert we had. About 2 years ago. I was called to anchor it. And Uki is one person that I love so much. I learned a lot from this lady. So it's like when you're told to do something, you are paid. And guess what? Every time I was with them, I was paid for it because you know why? I'm called to do something. I don't go where I'm not invited. I love myself too much. I got a little bit of pride because I put a price tag on myself. You get me? So when you see me anywhere, know I was paid for that thing. So all you're saying, Aaron, guess what? I was paid to do that shit. You get
and
me?
if that is what Aaron means,
then let's fucking make
money. Let's do it.
Yeah. Okay? Because errands are in levels.
Yeah.
Do you get? So the errand they're talking about, even to right now, like, I just, when you have a great idea, God has blessed you so much idea, you need to monetize it. That's what I'm doing with them. And I'm being paid for it.
And you're still with them?
I'm not working for them.
No, I understand. Like, you're still affiliated. You still, do stuff.
Of course, I do stuff
for them.
For those jobs. And we just did one recently. It was massive. And I'm really thankful to God about it. So the most important thing is instead of you going around calling people errands, why don't you just be creative? Think of what you can do and make money from it and approach these people and let them make you some errand shit. Yeah? Yeah.
So let's talk about dealing with with artists in this town.
Okay.
You go don't see all of them. I mean, you've been around since.
Many.
You go don't see all type of artists,
Many.
all types,
Many.
right?
Yeah, the many. The many.
How do you cope with artists there are some that are straight up disrespectful? So you touch on that, you cope with artists in Benin and what you think that the artists can do to up their game. And then you also speak on payola. I mean, it's a big deal. Did you ever put a price tag to you helping artists in this town, especially from this town? Did you ever say, if you don't pay me, no way, and all of that?
Okay, so it wasn't actually compulsory. I remember when I started this whole music thing, I can call a couple of names that I never collected anything from, and these people came back to me saying, Monique, you helped me back in the day. I don't know. There's so many people I've helped just like that, because you know what, there's one thing I love so much. Like, I believe in people's dreams. I want to be part of when you're writing it, my name should be there. I want to be part of your success story. So that's how I started back in the day. Like, look, if your job is good, I will grab it. Even if you don't know me, I will take it. And there's so many people, I took their songs just playing on radio that I didn't know them. But I got a feedback that, oh, this girl helped me. You get me? On the long run, I don't know if it's going to spoil them. I have to be real with you. Okay, good. It got to a point that presenters, they call it sopa. They call it suffer. Oh boy, presenters they suffer for this town. It's not like Lagos. Lagos will give you 300k. Lagos don't spoil things. Lagos is part of the people that actually spoil things. Because when we started, it was never like that. You get me? So I have been in a situation whereby I said, okay, this is what it will cost you to do this. Because if you want me to do the job the way I will do it, then let me. But if you want me to do it your way, you got to pay, baby. Do you get me? So if I'm helping you, I know I'm helping you.
So you can use your discretion.
I use my discretion. You get me? But if you're not telling me, you go do
this
like
not so you want.
Don't order me, you go pay me. That's the thing. Because you know what? You are not giving somebody a job. So if you give somebody a job, won't you pay? That's it. So the thing is, it got to a point that, yes, we're helping people. We love what we're doing at our own discretion. But most of these artists, after Lagos don't spoil things now, most of these artists, they'll come and say, I know, I want to hear them. I want to do them. I want me to do them like this. Not see the way they do. Are you David? You don't see what will happen. Do you get me? If you're going to be ordering me around, baby, you got to pay me. And that's how the whole shit started. Though I didn't start that way, but on the long run, as we're getting bigger in the career and everything don't spoil for music career, right, baby? But before we knew it, everybody started getting paid. But my problem is the youngsters who started coming in didn't know how we were doing it. They just felt everything was money. No, it's a process. There's a reason why we were doing it. Get to find out. Now, be the thing when they talk, say they don't train these people. You just carry children, you go dump them for real. The next thing the child is telling you, if you're not paying me this, not go. No, then people's career were now on your head, and then they pay you. You don't play, you don't do the job, and then it'll cost you. A lot of people receive a lot of insults on social media just because of stipends, small money. Don't put yourself in a position where people will insult you because of waiting, small money. So people needed to understand how it all started. That's how it started for me. If you are going to be ordering me, if you are giving me a job and you're telling me I want to do it the way I want you to do it, then you pay. That's how it started.
We know that you also had a short spell with the music thing.
Okay.
Hey. Ray X produced a jam for you.
Shit, man.
What happened to your music career, Monique?
What happened to your music career?
I don't time.
Listen, okay, I just wanted to have fun. I wanted something different. Zulubone, I don't know what the heck that guy is. I'm looking for Zulubone till today. I remember back in school, Zulubone called me and said, Monique, you got the vibe. Like, you are so good. Like, you've got that vibe of music. You've got the attitude. But I don't have the lyrics. I don't know I'm just saying, I don't know how to write songs. I don't have to read them. Zulubone, wherever he is, shout out to you. I'm still looking for that guy till now. Zulubone wrote the song, gave me the rhythm of the song. That was the very first time. In 2000 and I can't say, I think back in my jam class. So it was a slow version of the song. It was just there, But in 2013, Ray X called me and said, Monique, this is your song nice, so make we upgrade them. So he called me over to Lagos. I said, come. I'm just doing it for the fun of it because I just want to do something. I don't know what it feels like. And then he took me to another level. You get me? And he told me how to go about it, and I put in that energy. I liked it, but my guy, I'm not gonna like the song because you know why? Not being me. I would like people love the song.
Yeah.
A lot of people loved it, but I'm like, I bet don't play it, I beg you.
So
I'm more of a dance hall. I love music so much. I'm more of a dance hall and.
like, are you considering venturing into?
Okay, 2 years ago I did something with them. Omzilu, I don't know what to do, you sha. I did something.
You sent me the record now.
What do you
it
think
was good.
You get,
it was
so
good.
And that's my kind of thing. I love reggae and dancehall. You know, we did it, but the guy, he's a perfectionist. If it's not the way he wants it, he won't put it out. I love it, you know, but I love the song. But I'm like, you know, okay, since you featured me, no problem, do your shit. You get me, but. That was it. But if you get songs and you want to put me, I'm ready, y'all.
The guys pay for them.
They gotta pay the crazy. I understand. See, whatever I do, like I told you, you will never find me in a place where I'm not making money. If you see me there, you know I'm making money there. That's it.
Okay, dope stuff. So before we let you go on the podcast, what are you up to nowadays? You know, what's Monique doing now?
Wow.
Aside from running errands for Oki.
What
are you doing now? What are you up to now?
So much. It's so much in the sense that I got into, you know, I had to leave radio because I was already tired of the same old thing.
Yeah.
The children on radio. And I'm like, you need to give space for these people to grow. So how about you know, as you're going high in your career, it's good to just lay back a little bit and train these people. So I've been training presenters. That's what I've been doing, you know, or a couple of them have been reaching out to me. So I don't want to call names because they don't want to. You know, there's some people.
Yeah. I totally understand. It's fine. It's fine.
And I'm okay with it. You know, I respect people, you know. So a couple of them have come to meet me right here in Edo State. Even presenters that are known, like, oh, Monique trained me. And I've been training them behind the scene. You get me? So I've been training presenters. I've been into the media consulting whereby I get referrals from Lagos, Abuja. Like, Monique is the person in town that you need to reach out to when it comes to anything media. I've gotten so much gigs on that one. You know, I've been into, in fact, there's a whole lot. And what I do right now is everything media. I pitch ideas for people. If you love the ideas, you pay me. I've been getting a lot from it. A lot from it. So I've been so busy behind the scene, Lagos, Abuja, that I'm not so based in Benin anymore.
Wow.
You know, so a lot of people are like, where you did, but I'm not in Benin like that. I'm not today here because I'm not saying the money is not here. Let me be real with you guys. There is money in this town. I think that's why I keep coming back home. There is so much money in this town because there's a lot. This town is still very fertile. It's not like Lagos that is oversaturated. There's a lot of things that people's eyes are not open in this town. That I go out there, I come back, I sit and I bring it here. I'm doing my shit on low-key. I'm making my money on low-key. I'm not, like I said, I'm not all about position. I'm not about the fame. No. I'm just contented. I just want to be relevant. Because I'm in line in with purpose, and that's why I choose to be relevant. You get. I want to make impact. So even if I'm not known out there, as long as in my small sport, I'm making impact with that, you know, the people around me. I'm good. I'm leaving. I'm doing it. I'm making my money. I'm good. You can go out there and tell them, oh, Monique did it for you. No problem. If you don't want to give me my flowers, it's okay. I'm not. I don't kill myself over this thing. So that's what I've been on. I've been on my grind, like all over the place. There is no week that I don't travel.
Wow.
There is no week I'm not being called. So I just want to say it's the grace of God because it's like I have done my time. I would say it again. I have done my time.
Pay your dues.
Yes, and I freaking deserve it. For those of you saying, oh, she just fell from the sky. Yo, I've fucking done my time. Have you slept on the bare ground? Have you had your bath at the back of the radio house? And then you come on radio and you're talking, spin. They don't know what to happen for back home. Yeah, that's how we started this shit.
Yeah.
I remember when I started my career, it was on this bare ground. It got to a point that I had to get a mat, affordable mat. Back in the day, I'll just put the mat, you know, when I shut down station, I sleep on the mat. And then because we had to start the station on time, I sleep in production studio sometimes and then have my back at the back of office. People don't know this shit. They think you just, oh, Monique, they speak English. Oh, boy. We've done our time, oh. I deserve my flowers, baby. If you ain't gonna give my flowers, I will fucking give myself my flowers.
Absolutely.
So if people don't give you accolades, you need to appreciate you. Give yourself accolades. You need to learn. People need to learn giving themselves accolades. You know, reward yourself. Appreciate yourself. That's what people don't do, and that's why they're depressed every day. I'm fucking young. I've been like this for ages.
Monique, leave that young part, but go ahead.
I'm old in age, but I'm young, man. I'm a baby.
That young. I don't want to hear that for your mat again.
I'm getting close to my 40s. Some people don't know, you know. But yes, the fact, you know. But the thing is, because I don't give a shit about what people say about me, I just live my life peacefully away from bad energy. and then I think good about myself. I'm focused on purpose. That's why I look the way I look. And I've been like this for ages.
True.
A lot of people have been saying, how come you're still like this? But that's the reason. I choose to be positive. I love to be around positive-minded people. You know, you will never see me with cliques. No. You will never see me. And that's why I say, anywhere you see me, no say Monique, they make money for that place. That's it. So, what's up, man?
Monique, thank you for gracing the podcast.
Thank you. A lot of truth
It's indeed been thrilling. Thank you, Benin City and the world, for watching as well. Hit the subscribe button at Monumental to follow us so you stay up to date with vital information and new episodes of the podcast as we continue to progress. Thank you again. It's been a thrill. I'm high on all the talk with Monique don't give me. I'm high on it. I'll see you again on the next episode. Peace and love.